My pronouns are she, her, and today we're gonna get a good full body workout on a chair. So I would like you to find a chair that's nice and sturdy and that has a back to it. We're gonna use that back as a gauge for a few things, so it's nice to have. From there, I'd like you to scoot kind of far forward, sitting up nice and tall on your sit bones, feet flat on the floor, thighs, shins, feet right out of the hip socket. So one little piece of our work here today is making sure that the knees just don't fall out to the sides, nor do they collapse into each other. We're after just a pointed straight forward, nice and tall, feet heavy, okay? We're gonna start with just a little mobility work. So I'd like to do some side bends. Now, we're gonna start with the right side, and I want you to think about your right sit bones, how heavy they can be on the chair. Left arm's dangling. That right arm comes up and then reaches. We're finding a big, long reaching stretch, but we're also accentuating it by thinking about how heavy we can keep that right sit bone. And then exhale, we come up. We're going the other way. We swing the left arm up, left sit bone stays heavy, and we find that length, a big old reach. And up we come. One more to each side, and then we're gonna add on a little bit. Right arm comes up and finds a big reaching stretch. That hip stays down, don't let it pop up. And vertical. Last one. Sweep that arm up. Keep that sit bone heavy. Even reach it away from the fingertips to get a little more. And up we come. Roll your shoulders a couple times. All right, here's our add-on. We're gonna take the right arm up and we're gonna find our little side bend first in that same format we just did. Now, your left hand's gonna reach for the outside of that thigh and you're gonna pull a little. Your chest may rotate as a result. Totally welcome, especially if it feels good. And then exhale, we come up. Left arm comes up, left sit bones stay heavy. Find your side bend first, and then the right hand grabs the outer left thigh, and we pull. And up to vertical. One more each way. Right arm up, shoulder out of your ear, and we side bend and pull. And up. Last one. Left arm comes up, hand comes across, and find that oppositional stretch. Big, full reach, reach, reach. And then we sit up tall. Okay, shake those arms out a little bit. Now we're gonna go back into a little rollback series, start working our abdominals. We're gonna crisscross the arms in front of us. And in this position, I want you to find your hands pressing into your upper arms, so much so that you feel those upper arms fire up, because that's the big muscles that are pushing. So we're gonna push and release. Push and release. 2 more times. Push and release. 2 and release. Last one. Push and release. Okay, now you're gonna give me about 50% push. Just half of what you just did. Little push in, big breath in. On your exhale, rock off your sit bones and curl back. Stop before your back touches. Breathe in and exhale, sit up. Rolling down and up, maintaining that press in the arms. And up. We've got to be seated real far forward so we don't run out of space. When you find a moment at the backside that's kind of shaky, hang out there for a beat and then come up. And up. And lift for 3. And up. 2. And lift. Last one, curls back and holds here. Now give me little pulses, pushing into your upper arms. Push, push. 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit all the way up. Unpretzel those limbs and shake them out a little. All right, now we're gonna change these rollbacks. Arms come out in front of you, palms are facing in, shoulders down out of your ears. On your exhale, rock off your sit bones, curl back just the way you did. Holding here, take both arms overhead and then back down. 2 more times, lift and lower. Last one, lifts and lowers. Sit all the way up. Let's do it again. Exhale, curl down. We lift and lower. Lift and lower. Two more. Lift and lower. Last one. And lower. You may have noticed that I added a bonus. Curl down. We're adding another one here too for 5, 4, 3. Last 2. And 1. Arms forward, sit all the way up. Lower those arms, let them rest for a moment. Roll your shoulders. We're gonna come back to those roll downs in just a moment, but I'd like to work on our legs and some core stability here and our hip flexors. We're just working everything. Let's be real, Pilates works almost everything the whole time. So you've got some options here. We can stay sitting up nice and tall, arms dangling by your sides. Or as we get into this, if you feel like you need some support, you're gonna bring your hands back behind you and slide your scapula towards each other, okay? Or I guess third option, hands on hips. I'm gonna go hands on hips personally. We're gonna go marching legs. So we're gonna lift our heels up. They're up off the ground. And now the work is exhale, march one leg up, set it down, march the other leg up. So here, the biggest part of the work is trying to not lean back when this is happening. If you are inherently leaning back, the first thing to do is just go smaller. Make it a hover off the floor. It doesn't have to come up as high. The next thing you can do is default back to that hands behind you for a little bonus support. That is a very good option. Oh yes, hello legs. Welcome to the party. One more to each side. Set the foot down, set your feet down, shake your arms out. Now, you can again have your hands back behind you, dangling by your sides or on your hips. We're gonna go for a straightening of these legs now. So sitting up real tall, find your vertical, find like the sensation that you're wearing a vest that might be a little bit too small for you and we're a little snugged up and tall. And then on your exhale, in dorsiflexion, you're gonna hover one foot and straighten it out in front of you, bring it in, and straighten it back out in front of you. Again, the work is just like staying sitting up tall, trying to not fall backwards. Two more. Set that foot down. We're going to the other side. Hover that leg, dorsiflexion in the foot, reach. The heel is what's reaching away. Sitting up taller, try to not rock off those sit bones. For 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Set it down. Roll your shoulders. Oh, gentle rock of your head from side to side. Keep those feet flat, arms come back out in front of you. On your exhale, you're gonna rock off your sit bones and curl back to that shaky zone right in front of the back of the chair. One arm goes up and down. Other arm. Back and forth. If you're feeling spicy, they can pass each other in midair. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both arms forward. Exhale, sit all the way up. We're gonna crisscross those arms in front of us again. A gentle push, just that 50%. And on your exhale, rock off your sit bones and curl back. Find that hover zone. Big breath in. On your exhale, you're gonna twist. Tap your shoulder to the back of the chair. Inhale through center, exhale, tap. Inhale through center. Now instead of tapping, push your back into that chair. Push. One more each way. Back to center, separate the arms. Now imagine someone's poking you in the belly and give me little pulses forward over that finger. 3, 2, 1. Sit all the way up. Let your arms come down. Roll your shoulders a couple times. We're now gonna take the arms out to a T, palms facing down, holding here, just getting tall and on our sit bones. We're gonna find little baby circles. Now we're trying to get these circles shoulder height, maybe a little below. We don't need to work up here, right? We're down here. We're trying to create less tension in our traps, not more. These get warm pretty fast. And then we reverse those circles. Now you're gonna take those little circles that you're making and bring the arms forward, like you're doing loop-de-loops to come forward. And then do those same loop-de-loops to go back to where you started, out at a T. It's amazing how just like moving forward and back in this same motion, keep going, coming back out front, ends up making this feel not as crazy intense. And then we're going back. Pause here. Lower your arms down to your hips and then take them both overhead. Touch the hands and then go back down. Full range here if you've got it, and if not, stop short. Find your range of motion. We're trying to work in line with the body and just let those scapula slide around on our back. If you want to get fancy, the wrists can cross at the top. I don't know, I do things sometimes in Pilates where I'm like, that makes me feel like a dancer. I am not a dancer. I have never been a dancer. But I do like feeling those moments of grace, things that look very flowy. 2 more. Oh yeah, they're getting warm. Last one. Down we come. Oh, let those arms be heavy. Okay. Now, we're gonna work on this thing called chest expansion. It's very often done on a big piece of equipment, but you can totally get the tricep benefit without that, without even any weights or anything. So we're gonna stay sitting up tall. Arms are dangled down by the seats of the chair, close to your body. I want you to find a little armpit squeeze. I know that sounds weird, it's an odd cue, but I literally mean squeeze your armpits. Yeah, like you're pinching something underneath them. I joked one day, I was like you're holding a newspaper or a clutch purse that you're mad that you bought because it doesn't have a strap and now you have to hold it under your arm. That's what I'm after. Please squeeze your clutch purse or your newspaper. We're staying up nice and vertical. And on your exhale, you're just gonna take those straight arms back and then inhale them forward. Exhale, we pull back. Whoo, yeah. And forward. Squeezing those armpits helps really focus this. Now it's called chest expansion for a reason. So as we do this, try to not dive forward. That's a really inherent thing that just wants to happen. So we're trying to keep our chest proud here and trying to think about the scapula, those big sort of triangle shaped bones on our upper back and how they can slide towards each other. I call them barn doors sometimes. So we're just trying to close the barn doors on the backside of our body. 4 more. 3. Last 2. And last 1. All right, come back down. Shake your arms out a little bit. We're gonna do 1 more set of roll backs and then we're gonna do 1 more set of chest expansion before we move on. Take those arms back out in front of you. Sit a little further forward on your seat if you slid back. Curl down to your C curve. Now holding here, on an exhale, you're gonna open one arm and look at it. You may run into your chair, that's okay. Inhale through center, exhale, go the other way. That can be your guide point. Open. I'm tall enough that my arm goes over the back of the chair so I can get a little further. If that's built for you, go for it. Find some twist. 1 more each way. And all the way up. Swing those arms down. Now the difference here for this chest expansion is gonna be that the pinky fingers are facing back. It gives us a little more external rotation in our upper arm bone and lets us get a little wider through the clavicle and chest. So arms are down by your sides. Find your armpit squeeze. And on your exhale, pull those arms back. Oh yeah. Inhale forward. Exhale, pull. Four more. 3. Last two. Don't lose that armpit squeeze. And last one. Pull them back and hold them back here. Give me little baby pulses. Up, up, up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower them down. Get noodle armed. Shake them out a little bit. All right. We're gonna move into some side sit-up work and some side leg series. So to do that on a chair, you're actually gonna scooch yourself over to one side. So much so that just one butt cheek is on the chair now, okay? That foot that's attached to that butt cheek is down flat on the ground, and your left leg is gonna straighten out and kind of kick forward a little bit so that we can keep our pelvis pointed straight forward. If you take it too far back, you're gonna end up twisted. So kick it forward, find that sensation, oh yes. All right, now hands come back behind your head, elbows stay in your peripheral vision, and the first step of this is pushing your head actively back into your hands, and then releasing it. 2 more times, push your head back, and release. Last one, push, and release it. Now we're back to that concept of that was your full push, and now I want you to give me your 50% push. So it's a half amount back. We're gonna inhale, lean over, and exhale, come up. Woo! Inhale over, exhale up. Don't lose that push back of your head into your hands. We're trying to keep that standing foot planted. The long leg can slide a little bit, but it shouldn't come much. 2 more. Last one. Rest your arms for a moment, shake your shoulders out. You can even move this long leg in and out. Hips tend to get kind of crampy when you're out long like this doing oblique work. All right, set that leg back out there for me. Hands back behind your head, push your head back into your hands. We're adding on. We're gonna inhale over, exhale, rotate. Inhale through center, exhale up. Let's do that again. Inhale over, exhale, rotate. Inhale center, exhale up. 4 more. Inhale over, exhale, rotate. Inhale center, exhale up. Last 3. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, exhale up. Last one. Arms come down, shake them out a little. All right, now we're going to go to a little supported side leg series. So you're either going to put your hand down for support, or I'm going to go forearm down personally, especially if you've got any kind of wonky wrist stuff going on. We're coming to a lean. This foot still stays flat, the one that's attached to your butt cheek. We're going to drag the long leg back a little bit so it's more in line with your hip. Doesn't have to be perfect. Slightly forward is good too. Now, on an exhale, you're going to lift and lower that leg. You can totally grab underneath the chair. It is helpful. Three, 2, and 1. Lower it down and sit up tall for a moment. Roll your shoulders a few times. All right, we're gonna do some side leg kicks now. These get a little more difficult. Try to keep your foot lower to the floor. That will help. We're gonna come back down to our forearm. You can totally grip the front seat of that chair. And we're in this sort of lean, long lean. We're then gonna hover this leg to hip height and bring it to dorsiflexion. We're gonna kick it forward and point to pull it back. Kick and point. Kick and point. Ooh, yeah. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull it back, 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 squeeze that booty cheek, and then lower the leg down and prop yourself up. We're gonna scoot back to the center for a moment so we can stretch this hip out. We're gonna pick the leg up that was just working and cross its ankle over the other knee. To get into it, you're welcome to slide your other leg out and then pull it in. Oh, hello. you're gonna find your stretch pretty fast, like that's just how it happens. If you need more at any point, you're gonna take your flat back and hinge yourself forward. So it's just a little lean. Big breaths. If you would like a little extra rotation, you're gonna put your hand on the inner thigh and kind of gently push the leg down towards the floor. Keep that dorsiflexion in the top foot though, it protects the knee joint. All right. We're then gonna sit up tall, unpretzel our legs, and scoot over to the other side. So same setup. Booty's kind of far forward, just one cheek on, the other one from what we just did. And then the leg that is on the cheek that's dangling is gonna go slightly in front, okay? Hands come back behind your head again. Let's reset that back line. So on your exhale, push your head back into your hands and then release it. 2 more times. Push with 100% and then release. Last one, push and release. Cool. Now we're gonna find our 50% push. So on your exhale, gentle push back. We're going to inhale over, exhale up. We're coming over to a lean and lifting. Trying to not let that leg with a flat foot tilt over with us. It wants to. 3, 2, and 1. Oof. Come up, shake your arms out, couple of big breaths. Gentle rock of your head from side to side's nice here too. Okay, let's get our rotation on. Hands come back behind the head. Push the head back gently. We're gonna lean over on an inhale. Exhale, we rotate. Inhale back to center, exhale up. Inhale over, exhale, rotate. Inhale center, exhale up. Rotate, inhale, and up. 4 more. Last 2, inhale over, exhale, rotate. Inhale center, exhale up. 1 more. Shake those arms out, y'all. I am nice and sweaty. I hope I have a good glistening gleam on me. All right, now we're gonna move into some side leg series. So I'd suggest you come down to your forearm. You can totally grab the front edge of the chair and swing that long leg back in line with your hip slightly. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be back a little bit. Now, on an exhale, lift and lower that leg. Your lifts can be small. If it's an unweighting of that leg, it still work. Get it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set that foot down, pop up for a second. Wiggle around a little. Golly. Okay, let's do our last ones. We're doing side leg kicks, my friends. Bring your forearm back down, hold on to the front edge of that chair. Now, we're gonna hover that leg low, dorsiflexion in the foot, kick it forward, pull to point it back. Pull. Kick, pull. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg down, bring yourself up. Slide back towards the center, and we're gonna do your figure 4 again. So that leg that was just working, cross that ankle over the other knee, dorsiflexion in the foot. Ugh, man, these stretches come pretty easy. Not easy. The stretches are easy to find once you put the position in place, because we just beat that hip up. Dorsiflexion, top foot's just kind to your knee joint. If you want more, you're gonna take your flat back and lean it forward. Melt into it a little. Big breaths. If you want more rotation, your hand goes on the inner thigh and pushes away gently. Two more big breaths. And then come on up. We're gonna unpretzel those legs and set the feet down flat. Now, we're gonna be leaning back, we're gonna be curling back, I should say, and leaning against the back of our chair. So this is where it's important to have one. All right, on your exhale, doesn't matter where your arms are, they'll be brought up in a minute. On your exhale, rock off your sit bones, curl back, and find your back pressing into the back of the chair. Now your hands are gonna come behind your head. We're doing crisscross, my friends. So on your exhale, you're gonna bring your left knee in and rotate towards it. Inhale through center, exhale the other way. One shoulder will definitely leave the back of the chair. Big rotations. Pull that knee in as deep as you can pull it. And then pick up your pace. Let's get that blood pumping again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and one more so I can be even. Oh yes, and sit all the way up. Let the arms dangle. All right, now, thus far our ab work has been about that, deep curl in the body. Now I want to challenge the long line of the body. So we're going to think crown of the head all the way to our sit bones, solidifies. Our arms come out in front of us, just a gentle crisscross, no need to push. We're then going to inhale, lean back, find your shake zone, and exhale up. Inhale, lean back. Exhale up. 4 more. Three. Last 2. And last 1. Hold it here. Hold if you can. Lift your heels and lower them. Lift and lower. 3, 2, and 1. Set the feet down, hinge up, lower your arms. All right, that was our flat back moment. We're gonna come back to our little curl back, okay? So, arms are dangling. You're gonna curl back, hovering in front of the back of the chair for these. And then, we're gonna take the arms up to the ceiling. And then, on an exhale, we're gonna bring the legs up, tap the fingers underneath one knee, and set it down. Like we're part of the Harlem Globetrotters and we're passing a ball back and forth between our legs. Now, this is option 1. If you're feeling very spicy, come along with me to option number 2, which is leaning back all the way into the chair and then bringing both knees up. This is 100% an option, y'all. You can keep doing single leg or come along for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet down, swing those arms down, sit all the way up. We're gonna come back to our flat back moment. So I'd like you to walk your feet a little further away from you. So just give us some room. Arms come out to a T again, palms facing up. We're gonna find that solid line from the crown of the head to the sit bones, and we're gonna lean forward. Holding here, zip those abs up a little bit, swing the arms out in front of you, and back out to a T. No change in your body. This lean is just held. Two, and 1. Come out to a T. Little baby lifts and lowers. Palms are facing up to the ceiling still. Looking down at the floor in front of you, keeping the back of that neck nice and open for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. All right, our very last thing here, walk those feet back, I should say very last hard work thing, and then we're gonna get to a little bit of stretching to finish up. Now, I'd like you to bring your hands back behind you and sort of pinch your scapula and lift your chest. So those triangle-shaped bones on the back of your body, pull them towards each other. Give them a little shoulder pinch. All right, hands can walk back as far as needed, find that chest lift. Now, keeping the foot in dorsiflexion, hover your right foot and open that leg out to the side and bring it in. We're keeping it hovered, opening and closing. The pelvis isn't going with us. This is just that thigh bone rocking in the hip. 4, 3. Oh yeah, last 2. And 1. Bring it in, set that foot down, release your hands for a moment. We're not putting a ton of support back there, but I know that it adds up after a while. Flip your hands the other way, tops of the hands push down, find a little wrist stretch. All right, let's do the other side. Hands come back. Find that lifted chest sensation, scapula sliding towards each other. We're gonna dorsiflexion in that foot, hover it, and open and close. Try to not let your opposite knee compensate for this. It wants to fly open too to balance you, but part of this work is making sure it stays stable and supporting yourself with your rest of your abdominals. 3, 2, and 1. Close her up. Shake those arms out. All right, now we're gonna rotate. I'm gonna take my audio pack off because it's gonna be in the way otherwise. We're gonna rotate so that we're facing one direction, the back is to one of our sides, and we can have that, again, one butt cheek planted sort of moment. We're looking for a quad stretch here. So this other foot is gonna tuck back behind you and dip, that knee's just gonna dip down towards the floor. So we're doing 2 things here. This is like a really supported lunge. Hand totally goes on the back of the chair, PS. Get it. And it's also a giant hip flexor opener. So this down leg, whole buddy. If you can, we tuck it back as far as you've got, and that will give you that big, beautiful opening in the front of your hip. Try to keep your other foot flat in the front, and mine just perked up. It doesn't need to, but it wants to sometimes. Now here, same side as the down leg. You're gonna take that arm up to the ceiling, and you're gonna side bend away from the down leg. Big breath, soft shoulders. On your next exhale, you're gonna come up vertical, swing that arm down, roll your shoulders, and then one more time, take that arm up to the ceiling, and then lift your sternum and gaze up to the ceiling. Shoulders are still down away from the ears. Exhale to come up vertical and swing that arm down. You can use that hand to slide the leg forward, and then we're just gonna turn around and do the other side. So many cables. This back camera, totally getting all the cables. All right, you got one foot planted, and then the other foot slides back. I'm gonna use my hand to kind of pull it back further. Oh, hello, welcome to the front of those hip flexors. Letting that knee dive down towards the floor. Just hang out here for a moment. Breathe, be in it. Now the arm that's on the same side as the down leg comes up, and we side bend away from the down leg. On your next exhale, you're gonna come up vertical, let that arm swing down, roll your shoulders a couple times, and then that arm comes back up, and we lift the chest and gaze towards the ceiling. I'm sliding that hip flexor leg back a little bit because I want a little more. Shoulders are down away from the ears, and we're just breathing here. On your next exhale, come up vertical, swing that arm down, and then use that hand if you need to slide that leg forward. Our very last place to go, friends. All right, you're gonna come on up to standing. Now, we're not gonna be here long. I'm just trying to get my audio pack on. That would be helpful. And then I'm gonna rotate my chair. All right, from here, you're gonna step 1 foot forward, heel down onto the chair, and you're just gonna lean into it. This is a big calf, hamstring stretch. Dorsiflexion in the foot gets you a little more. Hands can go wherever you need support here. 2 and 1, come up, slide that foot off, step it off. Going to the other side. Step that foot forward. Try to straighten it out as much as you can, and then we hinge down into it. All right, we're gonna slide that foot off, set it down. One more time, come to a seat. I know I made you stand up and get back down. We're gonna take those feet nice and wide. Big breath in, sweep your arms up to the ceiling. Lift your chest. Push the arms down by your sides, bring chin to chest and dangle forward. The arms end up on the outside of the legs, and that's fine, that's good support. We're gonna change that on the next one. On your next exhale, hollow your stomach a little bit, like someone's poking you in the belly button, and curl back up. Now we're gonna dangle the arms in between the legs. Big full breath in. Exhale, chin down towards your chest. Hollow that belly, and dangle down towards the floor. If you can, get your hands down on said floor, bend the elbows to come a touch lower. 2 big breaths here. On your next exhale, you're gonna peel back up. Someone's poking you in that belly button, restacking your spine nice and slow. And that's it, my friends. We are done for the day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon.